Hey, welcome to Nakama News. I'm your host, Jordan. This is my co-host, Jamie. We're bringing you the news today. We got One Piece Chapter 1100. But first, Jamie's going to start you off the news.
Yeah. Did you recently move into a new government facility? Well, there's a 100% chance you are currently being monitored. Please check for secret cameras.
Has your head always been large? Chances are when you were younger, it was even larger.
A new surgery available to turn you into a human cyborg weapon. Unfortunately, your insurance does not cover this, so you're going to have to settle with being an average human.
Thanks for checking us out, guys. This is Nakama News.
Nakama News, you'll see friendship when you view Nakama News. Well, everyone lends a helping hand or two. I'm glad you could stick around for a minute now. You're always welcome back. Nakama News.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back. Man, look at us. No technical difficulties this time, hopefully.
It's been a rough month for us.
For me, it's been all
For me
me.
specifically.
Hold on, let me check my mic. Okay, I think it's good. Camera's working.
If only our 20 subscribers knew the trials and tribulations you've gone through.
Man, last week's video, I literally put out a slideshow because my video didn't upload. Like, it would have been just you talking to nobody. So,
I hope that when this one comes out, you're here saying that it's not a slideshow covering your face.
I don't know. High school multimedia me would have been very proud of myself. Did a great job. But yeah, let's get into it. Chapter 1100, titled "Thank You, Bonnie."
Thank you, Bonnie.
Yeah, very, very nice, very nice. We have a cover page request. This one is Sanji cooking vegetables, making Usopp nostalgic about the Usopp pirates.
Yeah, I didn't have much on this other than Sanji looked mad at Usopp. It was kind of weird.
Yeah, maybe he was mad because Usopp was like stealing the bell pepper, and
He's
looked like
he's got
Sanji
like a
was
bead
looking
of
sad.
sweat, like nervous sweat going down the side of his face. He's smoking a cigarette. He's like gripping that knife a little weirdly too hard. It's like, what the heck,
Yeah,
Sanji? What are you thinking over there?
man,
And, and then didn't you notice Applehead's actually a pepperhead?
that's the biggest thing for me is I 100% thought that kid was an apple, but I guess he's been a bell pepper this whole time. So, uh, yeah, wow, I'm
He
still
feels
learning
great.
things. Yeah, 1,050 chapters later, I'm still learning stuff. Yeah, I know. I really hope that Oda. Not that I don't appreciate the art, it's fine. I just really hope we get back to a cover story, like actual story, soon. All right, well, let's get into the chapter, huh? I think
The
we
real
broke it
stuff.
down into sections. Our first section, Kuma's agreement with Saint Saturn. What were your thoughts on this, Goldie?
You know, it wrapped up a lot. It explained a lot. We had, I mean, it makes sense that Kuma is going to agree almost unconditionally to do this for his daughter. So,
Yes.
even though it was terrible for him, he was happy to basically die
Mm-hmm.
to the point where he was crying about it. That was a classic One Piece moment right there.
Yeah. No, that really reminded me of Dr. Hiralik from Drum Island.
You know, I thought about the same thing a little bit.
Yeah. Remember when he when they're trying to trick him into exposing himself, so they make him think that all the other doctors on the island are sick and dying, and they show up and it's just they were tricking him, so it was a plot to get him out there so they could kill him. And instead of being sad and sorry for himself, he's just tears of joy. He's like, I'm so happy that nobody's actually sick. I was
Yeah,
like that. That is kind of the essence of One Piece. So
finding the good in the pile of crap that you're given.
again, Kuma, better person than I am. First to admit it, is better. I'd
You
be a
wouldn't do
little
what Kuma
selfish.
did?
Would I do what Kuma did
Yeah.
for my daughter? For my
For your
daughter,
daughter?
if I had one,
You
I
had a
hope I don't
daughter?
have one. Like I hope I don't have one right now. Yes, probably would.
You hesitated a bit. What about your adopted daughter?
My adopted daughter, who died with her mother, who got raped by nobles, and
Which,
I was in love with my whole life, but ashamed of my background, so I could never fully be with her.
yes.
Yeah, probably.
Nice.
Yeah.
What did you think?
Yeah, it was good. You know, they quickly explained how Saturn was listening in. It was a new island, so they had the Denen Mushi kind of spying on him. Kizaru's there, kind of cool. He did have like a quick line saying like, I don't get mad at me. I'm just doing my job, which is kind of what he's
Classic
doing in
Kizaru.
Egghead. Yeah.
Classic
So,
Kizaru. It's just that's how he's always been.
yeah.
Probably how he'll always be at this point. Still rooting for a breaking point for him. Not gonna lie, but I didn't get my
Yeah.
ancient robot this chapter, so now I have no hope of anything I ever predict.
No, but I did kind of call it. I said, I think this chapter, we're obviously going to get what Saturn did to Kuma to piss off Bonnie so much. So we do
You
get
did
kind
say
of
that.
Saturn's conversation where he tells him the three stipulations for this deal. And one's to become warlord of the sea. The other is to become a human weapon for the government, like a cyborg. And then the third one is to completely wipe your memory when you're done with the first two things, essentially killing the spirit, the soul of Kuma.
And how
So
they phrased that was interesting because it wasn't wipe your memory. It was like we have to take away your individuality.
like
It's
that's
one
just
thing.
what
It's
he.
one thing to just be like, uh, what do they call it when you amnesia? They have amnesia. It's another thing to just like literally not be able to think anymore.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. Yeah, it just goes with the themes of One Piece, really. Just freedom versus free will versus not having that. So essentially, taking someone's free will away is the equivalent of killing them, and they make that extremely clear.
What do you think about Vegapunk's reaction to this? Because he got like really mad at the start.
Yeah, he was pissed. He was pissed off enough that I think I wouldn't be surprised if he. We don't necessarily see it happen. It happens off screen, a lot of it, or it's like a montage. But with Vegapunk like being so against this and like basically saying I'm not going to kill him, and Kuma having the devil fruit that he does, which allows him to like remove intangible objects from his body. I wouldn't be surprised if they had came up with a plan with all of like Kuma, or all of Vegapunk's eureka moments to kind of secretly hide his consciousness somewhere so that they could bring it back someday.
I think he's ready to. We'll see if he actually does. Cross
Yeah,
my
I
fingers he
mean,
doesn't.
he accepts it graciously. Like you said, he cries. He's so happy that Bonnie actually gets to live past 10 years old. And then he just asks that she can be at the church in Sorbet Kingdom rather than a government facility. So, yeah, it
It's
makes sense.
unfortunate that Kuma has now fulfilled the One Piece conditions for dying in One Piece.
Damn.
He's
Yeah,
gotten his full on flashback. We've had our heart touching our heartstrings pulled by him, and he has reason to sacrifice himself.
heartstrings have been pulled. This was a touching chapter. Did the timeline of kind of the 6 months treatment for Bonnie, the 1 year with rest, and then the 2 year kind of deal for Kuma? Do you think there's anything there, or was that just kind of Oda explaining how the timeline gets them to 10 years of age for Bonnie?
I don't think there's like a secret meaning to it. I think it's just this is how we got to present day kind of thing.
Yeah, it probably just tied the stuff up.
All right, so next we had a whole montage where
Montage.
Vegapunk, Kuma, Sentomaru, and Kizaru and Bonnie were all kind of bonding. They were partying together, eating pizza together. They were
Bro,
healing her.
that
Bro,
pizza made me hungry for pizza.
it
You
did
ever
look like
just
a
see
good.
something in anime or whatever animated food and you're like, that looks really good?
Dude, when I was a teenager, I had a rule for myself that I couldn't watch One Piece unless I was eating or full. Because
But
otherwise, I would just get really hungry. like,
that
just,
man, that pizza looked mighty cheesy though. I'm just saying, I was like, I might be ordering pizza tonight. Yeah, dude.
yeah. So they called Sentomaru a weirdo in this. Is that just like an odd thing, like an oddball comment, or is there like a reason behind that?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think he's necessarily. I don't know. He kind of is a weirdo. I'm not gonna lie. Like his haircut's kind of weird. The way he dresses is kind of weird, and his backstory is kind of weird. So,
Are
yeah.
sumo wrestlers in general just kind of weird?
Yes.
That explains
No,
it.
I don't know. He's yeah, I'm not sure. I love weirdos though. I think it's weird when you're not weird. So I'm a fan.
Big
Um,
fan.
what did you think? I think the most interesting panel maybe in this whole chapter was the dancing Nika style panel. What did you think of that?
Uh, well, all I could think of was Kuma probably led it because I bet Kuma knows that dance, and that kind of like that's the only way that I can think of that they would be doing that, unless Oda's just trying to reference something.
I just thought it was really interesting to see Kizaru dancing like that. So I
Yeah,
mean, I think Oda just loves that kind of panel. He did it was his favorite panel back in Skypiea. He's done it again, maybe in Wano, I forget. And then, well, he did it when Luffy went Gear Fifth. He did it with the Moon. He did it the flashback with Kuma's father, and Kuma. They did it, and now they just did it again. So it's a motif that symbolizes freedom and Nika and friendship and happiness. I'm guessing, which is interesting. I mostly wonder if the fact that Kizaru's like bonding so much with all these people, if this is maybe hinting that he might kind of flip sides in the present day, because this is a lot of friendship bonding for him to just be like, yeah,
Go
I'm gonna
Kizaru. I'm
kill
rooting
him
for
and
him.
stuff. So,
I'm rooting for
and it,
it's just my job guy to finally not do his job.
yeah, maybe quit being so lazy and actually take ownership and do something good for once. I mean, the fact he's got the light fruit or whatever, the glimmer fruit, whatever, he's got light powers. Nika's the sun god, bringing of light, the dawn. It just seems like this kind of guy would be on the good side eventually. So I would be really in favor of him flipping and kind of helping Vegapunk and definitely helping Kuma out and Bonnie too, because I mean they're having fun. This is a friendly montage.
Yeah, man, it would be cool. I'm rooting for Kizaru to flip. All right, let's jump into some trivia here, Jamie. Do you wanna ask a question first or answer a question first?
I will ask first.
Okay. What you gonna
Yes.
fire at me?
Okay. We had a brief reaction from Sabo and Koala in this chapter regarding Akuma.
We did.
Koala is a very interesting character with probably one of the saddest origin stories available. Can you just briefly tell me in just the best way you can how Koala met Fisher Tiger?
Oh gosh. Oh man.
Yeah,
Was she a slave that he saved?
you're 100% right. She was a slave that was
Hey.
saved at Marijua,
I didn't think I'd
and
get that
then
one.
3 years later,
I
they
only
like
knew that
find
because
her
I
on.
think I remember like a vague anime part where it showed her with the slave crest.
Yep. So she was a slave at Marijua, freed by Fisher Tiger. Then 3 years later, she was on an island, and these people were like, "Yo, you freed this little girl, and her hometown is like super far away, so you got to take her on your ship. You just got to do it." And they were like, "Okay." And then she had that sad stuff where she's like, "I won't cry, please. You know, I'll stay before."
Yeah.
It was like one of the
It's coming back to
darkest.
me now. I was trying to remember exactly who Koala. Like I saw the panel, but I didn't remember her story. That's crazy.
So for that, and because it's such a sad origin story, you get a sad ding 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 ding
Ding ding ding.
ding ding ding. Yeah.
Mine doesn't go nearly that far back, but it does go back a little bit. We have Vegapunk with his giant head in this one. So ongoing theory is once Vegapunk split himself into his clones, into his satellites, his head shrunk. Can you name 4 of his 6 satellites?
Ooh, yeah, good question. We have York. We have Edison. We have dang, what's the main chick's name? Why am I forgetting that? Dang,
No.
Lilith, or not Lilith, right?
Lilith, you got it. It's 3.
That's 3. Shaka, my boy Shaka.
Hey, there it is.
That's 4.
Bonus points if you can get them all.
Man, okay. Trying to think of like which features I'm missing. Is that evil, smart, or whatever? Genius.
I think we have Robot and Giant Girl yet.
Robot and Giant Girl. Oh, that's Atlas is the Giant Girl.
Yep.
And I'm blanking on the robot dude with the.
Well, he's got a really hard name to remember, so I don't blame you.
I'm blanking, but I'm gonna kick myself. What is it?
I don't even know how to pronounce it. Pythagoras?
Oh, Pythagoras. Yeah, like Pythagoras theorem. That's it. Dang.
Yeah, 5 out of the 6. That's pretty good. I asked for 4. Ding, 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 ding.
That's not good enough. I expect 100%. 100%. Come on. All right, Goldie. Well, I think we should talk about Bonnie's arrangement, kind of that Kuma planned out, and like how that went. Because Kuma like said she's got to go to Sorbet Kingdom, which she did. She gets there, and she's kind of being taken care of by Queen Dowager Connie.
Yeah, is that the first time we saw like a full panel of her?
Maybe, especially one where she's not being lifted up like Simba. What did you think of CP8's character Alpha?
Most generic name I've ever heard. It's like, man, I don't. If this person ever becomes important, I will be shocked.
Yeah, I mean, you have to think like she had to have spent 2 years or so with this nursing CP agent. Maybe, just maybe they
2
developed
years?
some
It
sort of
should be
bond.
1 year, right? Because wasn't it it was 6 months. 6 months for her to heal her.
Yeah.
But it took a year to heal Kuma,
So it's like
and
a
then they
year and
brought
a
her
half.
to and then they brought her to the church for a year. I think.
Yeah, at least a year. But I'm just saying, like they spent a year together, which is almost as much as Luffy's been looking for the One Piece. So, uh,
It's insane.
uh I'm just saying that's a long time. So maybe she's actually developed like some sort of affinity towards Bonnie, and she might play a role, but probably not.
You think she's gonna pop? Do you think she's gonna pop up again?
I I don't know. I don't know.
I don't
Gave
think she
me-
comes back after this flashback.
She kind of gave me pudding vibes with how like she was like,
Dang.
"We'll take such good care of you. We're gonna murder you." Like, it was like
Okay, that was actually really funny, Quirk.
what do you think of Kuma's goodbye?
Sad. Like, he had to do it in secret. He couldn't let anyone know. He's like, I would have loved to take you on a trip.
Mm-hmm.
Sad. That's all I got. That was sad.
Yeah, definitely hiding the truth from her, which is questionable if that's right or not, but we get it. The one line in this chapter that I think broke everyone's heart was when Kuma said, "Thank you, Bonnie. I'm so glad you were born." Um, that that was sad. It also gave me big time Jaguar D Saul vibes when he says, "Nobody's born into this world to be alone." So it also gives me Ace vibes where he says, "I'm happy that I was born because I got to have family." So
Yeah, man.
it's
People who
One
are
Piece.
just, it's like people who've accepted that they're gonna die, but they're happy with their life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
This,
just the true. I don't know. You don't get a more true statement than that. Like he's ready. He's
yeah.
accepted his fate.
I think this chapter, while it wasn't a ton lore wise, was definitely catching the essence of One Piece in many different ways. So
I think this was
Oda
a
still got it.
One
He
Piece
still got
chapter.
it. My man still get it. He knows how to pull those heartstrings.
Yeah. All right, and then after we saw Bonnie, we jumped around and we saw everyone, including all the warlords and some others, reacting to Kuma becoming a warlord. That was pretty cool. What was your favorite reaction, Jamie?
Oh man, good question. Good question. I think my favorite reaction was probably just Dragon doing nothing. My man. My man just staring menacingly. Um, yeah, no, I don't know. They were all pretty good. It was kind of like a who's who of things. It was really cool to see Robin. I think I really liked that little Alabasta tie-in. What about you?
It had to be Ace's reaction,
Hmm.
mostly because of that interesting tidbit um, where we learned Ace killed the last warlord,
I don't know if he killed him,
or he
defeated for
defeated
sure.
him.
Yeah.
And Ace was like, "Hey," and he was talking to Jinbei on Whitebeard's ship, and like,
Mm-hmm.
"Hey, that's great, Jinbei's, or that's great. They found a replacement." And then you see Jinbei, and he's like, "He's a former king. That's another king." So
Oh yeah.
that was pretty cool. So I don't know if you can combine those into one reaction, but like that'd be the most interesting one to me for sure.
Yeah. That was really cool. It's always fun to see Ace. I feel like Oda
Yeah,
loves reminding us that Ace once was alive. Uh, Yeah,
sad.
no, definitely good. Yeah, they mentioned the two kings thing. Obviously, one's like Kuma, the current like king of Sorbet or whatever, the past king, and then Doflamingo's the other king. I think they're talking about.
Speaking of which,
In
he
the
had a
back,
reaction, and he's
what'd
just
you
like
say?
doing his classic. Joe Flamingo had a reaction. He's just doing his classic, like things are getting
I
crazy.
know. Yeah, he's so evil, man. I kind of like him because he's so just bad.
He just gets he gets so excited when there's more chaos. It's kind of funny.
I know. Yeah, he's just like rooting. He's like the Joker from the Dark Knight. He just wants
He
bad
does
stuff.
remind me of the Joker, like
Yeah,
100%.
I kind of like this. There's a blink and you miss it. Like Blackbeard's in the background of that panel with Whitebeard and stuff, and he's like just reading. He's like still reading the details. Like Blackbeard's a secret nerd, Like this dude's just kind of like you got to respect him because Luffy doesn't learn anything. Luffy's dumb as a box rock, but Blackbeard is like, yeah, I'm still, I'm studying over here, ready to go.
Any other
Um,
ones you liked, or we got the koala and Sabo reaction.
yeah, they really pointed out that Kuma would never follow the government willingly. So
It's interesting
again,
that Kuma didn't contact them in any way before doing this. I wonder if he just wasn't allowed or if he didn't have a way. Because, like,
yeah,
I mean, he's got
it is kind of
teleports that let him
surprising.
transport anywhere, like almost
You think he
instantly.
would write a letter or something, Just like send a text, bro. It's just come on. The only other thing I thought was interesting in that section was Elvita Kobe. Not even that. I just thought it was weird that Elvita was at all showing her reaction as like she's got nothing to do with any of this. Um, and then they talked about like, oh, Kuma, he's about the same size as Whitebeard. So then I was like, are they trying to imply that Whitebeard is a buccaneer? like these, and I was like,
That would be that'd be a crazy reveal.
I just wonder if Oda's writers are intentional when they say stuff or they juxtapose things. So the fact that Kuma was juxtaposed here with Whitebeard, I'm like, was that something? I don't know. It's way too small of a detail, but I definitely noticed it. I noticed it.
He's also probably he was also the same size as Moria.
Yeah, and Blackbeard's a big boy too. Maybe all of them are Buccaneers, but
I don't
I
think Black
doubt it. I
quite as
still
big.
think Kuma's probably the last one. All right, so the chapter ends. Kuma is in the East Blue. He is right outside of Fuchsia Village, which is Luffy's hometown. We even see Luffy in this chapter, younger Luffy before he left.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
What's he doing out there, Goldie?
You know, that's a really good question because we never saw Kuma in the East Blue. We never saw any trace of Kuma in the East Blue. So
And as far as we know, Luffy doesn't know Kuma before they meet at Sabaody.
I'm
So
wondering if is it possible the reason Shanks was out there at all because of Kuma?
I wonder if it's flipped the other way. Like Kuma was there because Shanks had the devil fruit there. Like maybe they're
Oh, that
they're,
could
they're
be.
tracking the gum fruit, the Nika fruit. And I'm guessing Kuma is going to see Luffy potentially and see how happy and like Luffy's got the fruit and he's gonna be stretching and he's gonna like lie to the government and be like, nope, no sign of the fruit here. And that's gonna kind of be how that goes.
I like that prediction. I could see that. I could definitely see that happening.
Yeah. Or he's gonna go scorched earth and kill Makino and all the people and root slap and everybody at home. I was kidding.
Alternate parallel One Piece universe.
Yeah.
What'd you think of Kuma's flag? It's got the smiley face.
Yeah, that was cute. Earlier in the chapter when Bonnie draws a picture for Kuma, like she's like, I drew a picture, Daddy, and it's that.
Mhm.
So that is totes adorbs, as we would say.
Crazy that we've known Kuma since like just after Alabasta. We never saw his ship.
Well, I never thought he had a ship. I just thought he kind of pop-out around,
I thought
So
he was like Mihawk, where he just like sailed around in a little one-person tiny boat.
he's writing letters to Bonnie during this time, which is cute. I don't think maybe
We
maybe
couldn't
write
write
Dragon
letters
a
to
letter.
Sabo and Koala, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Throw them a bone. Jeez, they're your buddies. Yeah, I don't know. I would be surprised if the orders from the government that he gets aren't to track down the Nika fruit.
So there's a panel right before the last panel where Kuma gives a letter to a carrier pigeon, and he says it'll be a long journey to deliver this. Please take care. Do you think that that's the letter he was sending to Bonnie, or that it's a different letter?
I think it's Bonnie. I mean, the panels before it and the text box before it definitely start with like, "Dear Bonnie, I'm still at sea." Blah blah blah. It's like I think he's writing that letter and taking it to Bonnie. So I think that's the Bonnie. But I like where your conspiratorial head is.
All right, last question for me at least. How long do you think this flashback's going to go on? Holy crap!
Oh my god, good question. I'm not necessarily sick of it. I mean, this has been a
I'm not
really
sick
good
of it. I thought it was
flashback,
going to end 2 chapters ago. Like,
if not the best flashback of the series. It just seems like we're coming to the conclusion. There's not many things that I'm like, what do I need to know? I think I
mhm.
just need. I would imagine next chapter
But
we
we
find out.
didn't know that Kuma was ever in the East Blue, so now he's bringing up stuff we didn't know, and it's like, holy crap!
Yeah. So I could easily see it ending with kind of what the orders were, and if my prediction's right, where it's the gum fruit, and he lies and says he didn't see any traces of it. I could see that being the end of it. Or if there's some secret mission, it would be a little bit longer. But eventually, we got to get back to Egghead, right? Like to the present day, and
I'm
actually get
hoping
the
so. Kind of
conclusion of
missing
this.
the awesome fights. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's going to be the last chapter almost of the year, kind of coming up soon. I feel like Oda always goes out with a bang every year, so maybe that hype for 1100 is actually 1101.
Do you think that the flashback ends next chapter?
Yeah, I do. But I thought that last week too, so I was wrong.
That's what I thought 2 weeks ago.
All right, Goldie. I just want to point out some small things that we noticed in this chapter, so people at least know that we saw them, and we could get credit for it later. First thing, Vegapunk definitely was showing in the flashback that he needs his satellites. Like it's too much for him. His head's getting too big. He's got too many thoughts. He's not enough time to poop. He needs the satellites. So
I think he
that's
literally said like, "I wish there was more of me."
yeah. He's like, I think he said literally, I wish there was like 5 more of me or whatever. Yeah, couldn't have been any more clear that he's like, I need to clone myself.
Yeah, and we had Ace. We had a mention of Ace defeating the old warlord, so that was really interesting. I don't know any warlords before the original 7 warlords that were introduced to. Do you?
Yeah, no, I don't either. I don't know. it'd be really interesting to see if he ever elaborates on who that potential ex warlord is, because those warlords have been pretty key to the story. So it'd be kind of cool to get that. Yeah. Um, One thing I noticed too, just kind of a cute little thing that Oda did was instead of Bonnie sleeping with a cage when she was a baby with Kuma, she's now just kind of sleeping on his chest. So she's graduated from the crib cage to just sleeping like a normal person on her father's chest sideways. So
They're now co-sleeping.
just normal stuff.
So Mihawk's reaction. We didn't even talk about that. He looked like mad or upset or worried in some way when he heard about Kuma becoming a warlord.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know why, or at least I don't know why. Do you know why?
No, Mihawk's got one of those people that, like Dragon, his backstory hasn't been explored yet. So I wonder if he has either some knowledge of Kuma or just some overall just hatred for the government or something. Maybe he knows Kuma. Maybe he's just serious all the time. That might just be his thinking face.
He's just like,
Yeah.
That's all we get from Mihawk. All right. That was a fun chapter. Anything else before we wrap it up?
No, I thank you to everyone watching. Please like, subscribe, and that's about it. That's maybe comment. I like the comments.
Comment would be nice. Like, subscribe, comment if you want to help us out, if you want to see more of us. Follow us on our social medias too. We got at the Nakama News over on TikTok, on Twitter, on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, and on Instagram. You'll check us out next week. We'll make a new video. But yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for coming. We'll see you next time.